Hi, this is Aparna Saini with Norman Kochannek for AVP Live, and we are looking forward for tomorrow's first test match of this test series here in Australia. The weather is looking good. Both the teams looks well prepared, but obviously the Indian side looks a bit more stronger. Would you agree, Norman?
I think so.
Well, on that note, should we discuss the playing 11 of this test series?
Sure.
Let me start with the Indian team. What Indian team playing 11 would look like: Mayank Agarwal opening with Prithvi Shaw, which would be quite disappointing for Shabnam Gill fans, as he's played very well in this series here in Australia. Some great performances. Moving forward, we would see Pujara along with Virat Kohli, the captain of this team, and then obviously Ajinkya Rahane, the vice captain. Then the sixth batsman would be Vihari, and this one is tricky, next one, because my heart says Pant, but my head says Saha. So we will see what would be the selection in this for this test series. And then would be Ashwin, the spinner, where he picks himself. Then after that would be Umesh Yadav, because he's played very well in the tour matches here in Australia, which was of the same format, and that would be a plus point for the Indian team to have him in this playing 11 for this test series. Then obviously Shami and Bumrah. Now what's quite interesting is KL Rahul. We might see him in the second test match of this series, as we all know that Virat Kohli would be returning back to India because his wife is expecting kid very soon. So along with that, we can also see KL Rahul along with Rohit Sharma, who's here and would be finishing quarantine along with the third test match at SCG. We can see him playing. That would be quite interesting. Then along with that, also Kuldeep Yadav. He is a backup for Ashwin if need more spinners, which would be more likely in Melbourne, or we would say more in Sydney, because need more spinner and there's more likely pick spinners at Sydney pitch. Then would be, I think, who's left? Navdeep Saini. Yeah, he's in the wing along with Siraj. So that's what the playing 11 for Indian looking like. Let's see what Norman has to say for the playing 11 for Australian squad.
We mustn't also forget the amount of injuries now. We've got Jadeja in the squad as well, and he's injured, but looks like he's recovered. He'll be in the squad for the games. Going to the Australian side now, we've had a number of injuries as well, like the Jadejas of India, Dave Warner and Pukovsky with injuries that are left them out of this particular first test match. We have the decision that we need to make now on who's going to open. Joe Burns was the likely replacement. In fact, he was meant to be opening with David Warner. Looks to be, with some doubt, he only scored 29 runs out of the 8 innings he's had of late, and with scores of 4, duck, and 1, I think he's had over the last 4. The fact is he's in very bad form, shouldn't be selected, but because he's a right-hander, it looks like he's got himself selected, and probably to bat with a choice of Marcus Harris as a left-hander. Usually a left and right-hander will go together. Joe Burns being the right-hander and left-hander being Marcus Harris. But it does look like Marcus Harris has got that role. Looks like left-hander Matthew Wade has moved up the order to partner Joe Burns as the opener. And then we move into Labuschagne, and we look at Smith as in the team as well. Then you move on to Travis Head. And we lead into the next position of Cameron Green. Basically has recovered from his concussion and will probably slot into the spot where Matthew Wade moves up to the opening spot. So Cameron Green will be the all-rounder of the team. Not forgetting, Smith actually had some back soreness over the last few training sessions. He seems good now, but he'll be in the side, as I said. Keeper Tim Payne as captain. Then the bowlers pick themselves. Hazelwood, Stark and Cummins, with Lyon as the spinner. That's my 11 for Australia. And we do have a number of people around. Moses Enriques has come into the squad as well. Sean Abbott is no longer a part of the squad. So it's quite an interesting selection. Australia's got more concerns. India's pretty strong all the way around.
Well, Warner might be back, as I think you've already mentioned, in the second ODI, and even Justin Langer's interview said that, you know, where he is right now because of his great performances, and it would be a great relief for the Australian squad when he's back for the second one. On that note, that's why India has to win. This first test series is very important because Virat Kohli won't be there. Rohit Sharma would be just ready out of the quarantine to play the second one. And on that note, if Warner is back and from his recovery, and more likely what he has been released in the media release just a short while ago, few days, so that would be really tricky for India to take lead in the test series. So if they win this first test series, test match in this test series, so that would be a great start that the Indian fans more likely be looking for.
And I must say, I agree with you. India, I think, should win the first test. They need to, and they will win the first test. I'm actually predicting a 3-1 series to India. I think the likes of Rahane, Pujara will be there post-Kohli, even Rahul and Rohit Sharma coming in. I reckon they're going to win 3-1. What's your thoughts?
Well, if they win this first test series, I think definitely would play a big role for India to be winning this test series for sure.
I agree with you.
But we need to win this game in Adelaide. So stay tuned with us. So we will bring you all the recent updates and news for this upcoming test series starting from tomorrow in Adelaide. And this is Aparna Saini with Norman Kochannek reporting for ABP Live.
Don't forget to view, like and share the ABP Live posts and subscribe.
And write comments. We will try to answer most of them, if not all of them. Norman will answer all of them. Keep watching. Thank you.